and he'll never win. Ah, so you decided to meet your end in battle after all. It pleases me greatly to see such misplaced valor, human. Take a moment to appreciate your surroundings, for where we stand shall serve as your tomb for eternity. The hate for the gods that has boiled in my veins, you will taste all of it in the bite of my blade. The only question left is how long will you manage to remain standing before I take your life? Try to keep it interesting for me, would you? And when you do fall, know that your world and everything in it is mine to dominate, mine to subjugate, mine to rule. Yours to conjugate. When I finish with you, you can take solace in knowing your friends and kin will soon follow as I wipe all who oppose me from the face of this world. It won't be long now. At last, the almighty power I've sought for millennia. I will take the Triforce for my own. And the world shall be under my foot for eternity. Demise. Is it like the same kind of a fight? Oh. You faked me out there. There's one. Now your blade has lightning? That's not fair. Oh, he swings twice there. Thank you. Ouch. Okay, I gotta time that a little bit different. Okay. Double swings. Can I sneak a hit in? Can't sneak 3 in though, or 2 in. Alright, we're gonna drink. Or just counter them. Oh, I was too fast on that. It's the power of Grayskull, that's right. Oh, I gotta do that fast. There's 2. Is there 3? Should be 3. Should be 3, right? That's it? Thanks for the GG's, Bedwell. That's it? No, this is the third one, right? Smash your empty bottles on the floor. It's not wearing shoes. Extraordinary. You stand as a paragon of your kind, human. You fight like no man or demon I have ever known, though this is not the end. My hate never perishes, is born anew in a cycle with no end. I will rise again. You even did it without lifting your sword and getting lightning blade yourself? That's a thing? Those like you, those who share the blood of the goddess and the spirit of the hero, they are eternally bound to this curse. Thank you, Bedwa, and thank you. Caden, an incarnation of my hatred shall follow your kind, dooming them to wander a blood-soaked era of darkness for all time. Sea of darkness for all time. I will come back as Ganon, and as Ganon, and as Ganon after that, and as Ganon after that, and as Ganondorf, and then as a pig. And then I shall die. Right? Oh, I was just playing cool like he is in a Zelda Pro. It's called Prolo. Every once in a while, I can play like Prolo. I have confirmed the eradication of the Demon King. His residual consciousness has been absorbed into the Master Sword and is now sealed away. Thanks for the GG Scuba. Accuse the Rick Astley up for demise. You have done well, Olo. Thank you. Thank you very much. Seems easy for a final boss. That did seem really easy for a final boss. Is this the only second mainline Zelda game that Ganon was not the main villain? I'm not sure about that. Olo. Thank you. I think it's over. Finally. It's all over. Actually, there's been a few of them, you hooligan. There's been a few of them. Majora's Mask didn't have Ganon. Neither did Zelda 2. Ganon was only there to laugh at your face after he had died in the previous game. Nice going, YouTube. You guys were totally amazing in this little adventure I like to call the Legend of Groose. Majora's Mask, not mainline? That's a little joke. It's not mainline. Oh. Yeah, because it's split. That's right. That's right. That's a little joke. I forget which one the main one is. The main line is. This is in all the lines. Joke or not, your contributions to our effort were heroic. You have my thanks. Well, you know, I'm just glad I can make myself useful. I'm happy things turned out okay. Hey, so things look pretty sewn up here. What do you say, guys? Ready to head back to our own time? Granny was really worried about you two. We don't want to keep that old girl in suspense too long. Hylia, your grace, or perhaps prefer Zelda? It pleases me to know you are safe. Master, I must speak with you. Master Olo, you have successfully protected the goddess reborn and defeated Demise, fulfilling your role as the hero of legend. My purpose here is complete. Therefore, I ask you to dissolve our arrangement as master and servant. Drive the sword into the pedestal before you, and I will return to the sword to enter a sleep without end. Master, you have achieved the purpose you were chosen to fulfill. Please set the sword in the pedestal and bring the goddess's mission to an end. Now, Master, it's time to conclude our necessary companionship. Fee just wants to be left alone. Olo. Olo, hear me. My purpose was to obey the command of the goddess and lead you, the chosen hero of this land, on your quest. When I first awoke and began this task, I perceived it as merely serving my function as a servant of her grace. However, I've come to consider the information corresponding to our time together among the most precious data I have on record. I do not have the capability to fully understand the human spirit, Olo. But now, at the end of my journey with you, I prepare to sleep with within the Master Sword forever. I experience a feeling I am unable to identify. I lack sufficient data to be sure of my conclusion, but I believe this feeling correlates closest to what your people call happiness. Our partnership is at an end, and even as we speak, I feel my consciousness fading away. Before I enter the sleep that calls me to the sword, I wish to relay to you words that I recorded many times over the course of our journey. Many have said them to you thus far, but I now wish to say them for myself. Thank you, Master Olo. May we meet again in another life. What, Impa? Why? Come to us, or come with us. Zelda, your grace, you possess the memories of the goddess. You must understand why that is not possible. I am a being of this age. My place is here. She's the old lady. I knew this from the beginning. I know that, but... You must return to your own time. I will take care of the gate once you have passed through. I can't do that. You and I have been through much together. I don't want to leave you alone. Please, Impa, come back with us. Zelda, at the command of the goddess, I pass through the gate of time. I did so to protect you and aid the fight to prevent the world's destruction. The last remnants of demise are decaying slowly within the sword. Someone must stay behind to watch over this blade. His spirit must not reawaken. He must never be allowed to threaten the world again. This is the nature of the task given to my tribe. As a member of the Sheikah, the goddess's chosen guardians, I gladly welcome this duty. Zelda, I shall watch over the Triforce. Its power is too great to leave in the grasp of man. Dependence on it might is an invitation to disaster. When it has served its purpose, it must be secreted away to lie dormant once again, the knowledge of its existence hidden from mortal history. These are the words the goddess spoke to me long ago. I remember them well, as do you, I'm sure. Anyway, let's stay here and stare at Holo on stream quietly until Tears of the Kingdom arrive at his door. Yes, it's just stare at me. It'll come in 2 days. Do not despair, Zelda. You and I will surely meet again in someday. I knew it. I knew it! See? I told you we'd meet again. Change the stream title to the 48-hour Tears of the Kingdom stream and we will sit and wait. It's technically an accurate description. I'm much sharper than many in this circumstances. Oh, see, I have, you know, in Breath of the Wild, Impa was a short little thing. She shrunk. And so I just assumed that this was her as well. That her species, as they age, they shrink. You start off tall, and then you get really short and small. Impa, thank you. Thank you for everything. I'm so ready for Tears of the Kingdom. This was a great game. And that was level 1. Oh. You know, so far, I don't think there's been a bad 3D Zelda game. There's been bad 2D Zelda games in my opinion, but not 3D. And I don't consider Zelda 2 a bad game. That's not one of them that I would consider as a bad game. I consider that a great game. It's a hard game, it's different. It's definitely not a bad game. No, I'm not gonna skip this. We're gonna let this go. And then after the credits are finished, we have time. So I'm gonna go back. We're gonna finish some. Well, first of all, we're gonna go into Zelda's room after this is over. It's been requested that after I finish the game, I go into Zelda's room for some reason. I don't know what's gonna happen. Don't know what's there. CT was a pioneer for many other Zelda game mechanics. It really was. And Zelda was not an established thing. They had Zelda 1, and they were trying to see what direction they wanted to take it. And Zelda 2 was a fantastic RPG game. It just didn't become as popular as the first one did. And so they went back for Z3 and for Link's Awakening to the Z1 style of gameplay, which was the right move at the time. The only really truly, I think the worst game in this whole Zelda series, me personally, is Triforce Heroes. I can't stand that that's officially not a spin-off game, but an official in the line of main games. Because I think it's a horrible take of Zelda. The engine for Breath of the Wild is pretty spot on. I can't see why the future of all Zelda games going forward would be similar. I'm ready to wager we might see an NES Zelda remake in that engine. That would be amazing, you hooligan. That would be amazing. I wish that they would release as just like a demo or something the NES version of Breath of the Wild that they developed. When starting to develop Breath of the Wild, trying to figure out how they want the world to work, they made a Zelda one, the first Zelda style game for Breath of the Wild to test things out. And they showed a couple clips of it at a convention or something. of them working on it. And I wish they would release that code so people can play around with it, because it was amazing. It looked amazing to me. It looked really fun. I'm hoping that Tears of the Kingdom sticks with the Breath of the Wild style stuff, because it got right almost everything when it came to the next evolution of Zelda. It got almost everything right. I just hope that there's more dungeons, actual dungeons found in the game, not so much the shrines, which are like tests or a single puzzle, or the 4 beasts. They didn't really feel dungeony to me. They were great, and not 900, maybe over 1,000 Koroks, not 900. Maybe have the, if they do a lot of Koroks again, have the price well worth it. Like something that that people are going to want to get, but don't need. Not something that's necessary, but that's something that is going to be desired and well worth the effort of getting them. I thought the music, at first, we heard a lot of complaints about Breath of the Wild about the music in the game, because there wasn't a lot. We're running around, it was pretty, silent, just kind of ambient noise. But the way that they made the music build in different parts, so that when you walked into different areas, it would just naturally build up and swell into the song for that area and stuff, that was fantastic. The actual music that they had in there was beautiful. It was great. I think they just announced something about dungeons. Really? I know knowledge on that, but I can't say if you don't want to know more. No, search up Nintendo Ask the Developer 9. Okay, I'll search that after I start playing Tears of the Kingdom. I don't want to get any spoilers on Tears of the Kingdom. I've stayed away from Twitter, from everything, from just anything that can have a potential of giving me spoilers. I didn't even watch the gameplay that the creators, that Nintendo released. The gameplay, that like hour-long gameplay, I didn't even watch that. There needs to be a second quest with dungeons are randomized. That would be that would be really cool, Yuligan. That'd be really, really cool. I got a nice throwback too. That's why you mentioned the way I did. I appreciate that, Bedwa. Very much appreciate that. I really liked the puzzles in this. That last dungeon, that was, I've never seen a dungeon done like that before. Be kind of fun to have a throwback to a lot of these unique styles, unique puzzles that were only done once in the new game that's coming out, have a throwback to them. And the Master Shield was not as difficult to get as I thought it was going to be. I heard some people say that it was extremely difficult to get, but the bosses in this game, the only one I remember having extreme, like, worried about was the octopus, the giant kraken. That one gave me some issues at first, just because the eye, trying to shoot that stupid eye as he's moving around while I'm on the ship. I found out that if I shot it right away, I had a higher chance of hitting it than if I waited to when he started moving. They missed Epona. Like, Epona's obviously not in this game. But in Breath of the Wild, it was only a amiibo, getting amiibo. So I'm hoping that they bring Epona in fully into this. But you missed the sword fighting mechanisms. I actually enjoyed the way they did that. It makes me want to later on try this again with motion controls, because I never actually did try the motion controls with this, just to see how those are like. The right thumbstick, I got used to that big time, and it was nice. It was actually, I enjoyed it. Shooting's easier in motion controls because you can use a quick draw with the left Joy-Con. Interesting. I'm glad I didn't skip stuff. Okay, after scene credit. After credit scene. I said that wrong. Of course I did. Had a little trouble with the Indian robot goddess thing. Oh, yes, I did have a little trouble with that one. I think that one had more to do with the way the sword, when using the big sword, it wasn't it's harder to swing with the controller. with the Joy-Con. Not the Joy-Con, but with the joystick. Yo, he was a great boss. I think the only issue I had, I knew what I needed to do, was that when I picked up the big sword and I went to swing with my right thumbstick, it wouldn't register the swing a lot of times. I would have to swing again before it finally got to register a swing. That was the only issue I had with him. Look around us. As a child, I always dreamed of a world below. I wanted to see the surface with my own eyes and feel the land's warm breeze on my skin. I think I want to live here. I always want to feel solid ground beneath my feet, see the clouds above my head, and watch over the Triforce. What about you, Olo? I think he just wants to be with you. This whole game, he's just been trying to be with you. What will you do now? Go back to bed. They're not going to answer? We're just going to leave it up to our imagination what they're doing right now. Oh my. The end. Okay, and that was level 1.